Okay, we got The Witcher 4 UE 5.6 tech demo, State of Unreal 2025 from IGN. Okay, okay, what's going on? We got 868K up, 1.3 down. Okay, let's see what's going on. This looks good.
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4.
This does
What
look
you
good.
just saw and are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing.
I mean, 60 FPS. Can we not, like, console players again just eating dick salads day in, day out, only ever accepting 60 FPS and never wanting anything more? I mean, it's really a travesty.
So in the game, you'll be playing as Ciri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in is called Kovir, and you'll get to explore it in a game.
Okay, just looking at this, I hesitate. Why? Because I've seen this type of level design in one other game I actually have like mixed feelings about, and that's Dragon's Dogma 2. So the overall level design of that was seemingly open world, but upon further inspection, it's just a series of corridors and alleys. All right, so right now, yes, it looks open world, but look at where the path is. Like, I could probably jump off that way. I could probably jump off that way. What are the chances I could just jump over this or climb up this? Probably not high, right? There's like a little walkway going God knows where. So it looks like open world, but look closer.
Right now, Ciri is investigating a monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby village. All right, everyone, meet Kelpie.
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
Okay.
So just like Geralt had Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
I don't know if this is like in-game or cinematic. It all looks good.
We return to town.
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal.
Multi-character motion matching. Okay.
So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed. And we also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and grounded. And there are also some...
I don't know how much I really want my horsey to feel like realistic. I mean, I think one of the better horses or mounts that I've been on in games like this is probably like the Elden Ring horse. The fact that you can like double jump and you can like air strafe like crazy in that off of the Elden Ring horse is just, it feels awesome. So while it feels awesome, it looks wonky seeing a horse having like crazy air strafe speed, but it feels like gameplay wise great. But it seems like they're going this like more realistic approach, which is fine and dandy. I mean, if it feels good, it feels good. Okay.
Really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver and these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance there.
Cool. Good. Great. Fantastic. The horse looks like a horse. We are one step closer to the horse looking like a horse, guys.
So let's leave Ciri behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is natural, organic.
I mean, let's back up a second.
So much of the...
Like, this looks awesome. It does. This is like a very nice landscape. This looks like something Bob Ross could have done, honestly. But, I mean, like, it looks nice. I can't stress how nice it looks, okay? But niceness aside, like, I don't really see myself as a player like climbing up any of this. Like, yes, maybe I could like, there's like a town right here and there's like a little path like right there maybe that like leads up and there's a plateau right there. Maybe there's like a plateau over here with some trees and stuff. I mean, it's a mountain. How picky can I get? But I mean, maybe there's like, it's good and bad, pros and cons is what I'm saying.
The Witcher world is natural, organic, especially covered with its dense forest and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is hard.
It is.
With nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle.
Dang, this looks good. This looks like, you know, like how Monster Hunter has like the long corridors, but then it jumps out into like an arena type of environment. It kind of reminds me of that. But like this is like a little bit mix of like you're in this arena and there's probably going to be like some fodder enemies or maybe like a unique mini boss or something around just chilling, and it's like there's like a unique obstacle like a down tree or something, or maybe like a down castle somewhere. Stuff like that is really cool.
So we are excited to introduce nanite foliage. And in order to
like as a casual like gamer, like is this the part where I'm supposed to clap? Like, I mean, I guess so. The game looked good.
achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed.
But here's the thing. Can I fight on top of all this and the game not completely bug out or just crash my computer while fighting on top of all this? Like, can I there's like a bear right there. Oh, what? There's a bear? That's a bear. Can I fight that bear in the water? Is that gonna like just completely destroy my frames?
So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle.
Every single leaf and pine needle, every single hair follicle, every single freckle, skin cell, like horse muscle. Like, understandably, this is like from like I'd probably imagine like a single player, very immersive, like standpoint, which I think is great. You know, it really is. It's, but there's like a piece of me that is like, do we really need to see every single needle? I mean, I guess. Like, if I just pause it here, and I probably like ask my mom to come in, and it's just like, hey, I'm watching like a wilderness video about like some eagles. There's an eagle nest like in there. You want to see? She's like, yeah. But then I hit play, and it's like, surprise, it's a video game. She'd probably be like, oh, what? I didn't know that. That's crazy.
And the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise means how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world. We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Siri.
Okay. Probably when I play this game, I'll probably have to like get like either like a new computer, or I try to play this on like whatever max settings I can muster on this thing.
Welcome to Valdrest. So Valdrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade, and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract.
Okay, what is this, like
Let's leave
main
Kelpie
city?
here and explore the marketplace and food.
And the missus?
I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valdrest has to offer.
Okay. That dude just like spit in her way. The disrespect. That's a bear. Okay. Oh, look at it. It's like Assassin's Creed 1. It's just moving through the crowd, just like putting your hands on people and like moving them out of the way. That's what that reminds me of, dude. I'm getting like Assassin's Creed 1 vibes, moving through the crowd. Very cool. I mean, it's like a tiny little thing, but to me, it's just like, it's like the main character has like a goal, a mission, and it's like going straight.
Pardon.
Also stolen from Assassin's Creed. You guys remember in Assassin's Creed the dudes carrying the boxes? Or from Avatar, my cabbages, my apples. There's always a guy carrying a box that is always never in the right place. He's always in the wrong place, wrong time, getting ran over, getting his stuff just like tossed around.
Guys, notice how responsive the world is.
Get the piggies.
Character actions directly affect what happens
All the little kids, the scampering.
around you. Sometimes even setting
Oh,
up
that one got out. They're getting out.
chain reaction.
Piggies getting out.
Everything is working together.
Oh shit! What'd he do?
Oh, look
Oh.
at this poor
Oh,
gentleman.
is this a bar? Look at that drunk dude. Is he getting like he getting tossed out? I see like a poor person beggar right there. Oh, toss a coin.
Man being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper.
Wah.
That's what happens when you cheat at Gwent.
Last of it, is it?
So I'm not familiar with like the Witcher lore, but are these like dwarves? Some little chonky boys? Oh,
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series quest his own. Like you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
You off your tits again, Wilfred. Get your ass up.
like just a simple walk through the city. The city does a good job of seeming like a character itself without the main character needing to be there. That is probably like the best version a city, like the best thing a city can do is to seem like it doesn't need you to be there for it to like do stuff. The characters, the people, the NPCs are just going around doing their own thing. You don't need to be there. And you as the main character, you're just like a bystander, more or less.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? Ah, Witcheress. What news of my wagons?
Witcher
My
S?
eternity
Okay.
is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I found them. And, well, suffice to say, they'll not reach you. As for the salt, I found not one speck. I presume this comes as no surprise to you. Now. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush, shush, shush.
The manticore that flattened your cart and devoured your men? Quite the opposite.
Manticore? No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton. Not here.
Okay.
While Ciri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Morning, catch this is. Won't find none fresher.
Reckon me lady's after one of them.
Comes. Get this cleaned and gutted for you. You mind, dearest?
into seeing something more. Got macro card, Obrax at its finest.
And there is tons of tech to play here, even in a simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal smart objects, chaos cloth, and more.
Yeah, and all of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Like, potentially, this is probably like the best city slash NPC interactions I've seen like in a game yet. I mean, like versus what, like some of the good cities of what, like GTA, or like some of the cities in Red Dead Redemption, Oblivion slash Skyrim, with all the characters walking around doing their own thing. The other Witcher, or Witcher 3. The city in Dragon's Dogma 2 is actually pretty good. Like, everyone's walking around doing their own thing. But it just seems like there's so much like tiny little details that they're trying to put into this, and it looks really good.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
But the prisoner in Pillory isn't exciting enough for Valdrest. Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus. But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
Ooh, more people. More people.
So you are
Surely my computer will love more people on the screen.
seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread.
A lot of people.
Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents, all going about their business.
You guys remember, like, back in the day, like with each subsequent console coming out with like the new tech, every one of them is always saying, we could fit more people on the screen. Battlefield. What else? Dynasty Warriors. That was another big one. They could fit so many people on the screen. Like old school RTSs. We could fit hundreds of people on the screen. I don't know. Understandably, like, the characters that were on the screen probably weren't like that technologically like advanced. Like, they're just like set robots. You can't really interact with them that much. But like, it seems like the same cycle is just happening over and over and over again. Guys, look how many people we can fit on the screen. But understandably, like, you could probably have like a little bit more interaction with these people, like Assassin's Creed. Like, look at this crowd you can move through, or whatever. You could probably have some more interactions with these up to 300 mesh models, whatever, on the screen than you could back in the day. It's just a funny little realization I just had.
And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You are right. That's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri? We are making this game to be the most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever.
Mm-hmm.
And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal.
Oh, I like that.
To be the most immersive and ambitious open world
Like all
Witcher
this.
game ever.
Like, all of this is like a big, like, people shit on like sometimes like flat areas for being boring. Just look at like Doom Dark Ages, or like old, like a lot of like Oblivion areas sometimes. But I kind of like open areas, to me, give a sense like of true freedom. but understandably, it can be misconstrued with being boring, like big open flat. So it's kind of like a dichotomy with me. Like, I don't want to be like mentally manipulated with the landscape having corridors and hallways. It's like I'm going through this like this valley or whatever, and there's like a mountain there and a mountain there, and I can't climb up either side, but it's still open world. Like, I think you should like use stuff like that like very rarely, very scantily. I mean, I think I much prefer like rolling hills. Like I love mountains, and even more like especially mountains I can like climb up and jump up. You know, via like Oblivion Skyrim style. As hilarious as it was, and mountains are awesome, but it's like a pro and a con. Like, mountains are great for like exploration points and stuff like that, but I get it where they don't want to stick enemies on mountains because it's just the gameplay is gonna be like wonky and shit. But you still want to have mountains because it conveys like different what do you call it, like landscapes that the engine and the scenery is like capable of. But it's nice to have like a little bit of elevation, but if you want to stick like some combat on like a hill or something, I think that should also be like I don't know, like I look forward to like battles on like hills and like weird like landscapes.
And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we are doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
So we're almost done, but before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans. A first look at Lanexeter.
Oh, that looked good. That looks good. Oh, it's a dragon.
Onward, Kelby. We've worked.
Thanks, guys. Seriously, it looks amazing. And
Yeah.
we've also barely scratched the surface of what's coming in Unreal 5.6. So here's Julien to tell you even more. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Bro, what is all these balls? Oh, they're like little strings. I'm looking at like right there. There's like, they're balls on strings.
Hey everyone, great to be here in Orlando. I spent a lot of time on this demo, so I'm
Orlando.
happy to be the one to talk about what went into the 5.6 release. An open world like that was just the
Dang, we're over halfway to 6, Unreal 6. It's so close. It's getting closer. I remember like, what was it, like a year or so ago, it was like 5.2, 5.3.
perfect content to focus on our main goal for the release, which was performance. We want the engine to scale to large and rich worlds. We want to preserve graphics quality. And of course, we want to deliver high frame rates that you and your players expect. So
Yes.
let's check it out, starting with rendering. If you all remember, when we released Nanite with UE5, it supported static geometry. Last year, we brought skinning to Nanite. And now, we're working on Nanite foliage. The only way to have a forest that looks as good as this one is to use 3D geometry for all parts of the trees, just like we do for everything else. However, this is a crazy amount of fine geometry.
Yeah.
So we had to rethink how trees are created and displayed.
Okay.
To create
Yeah,
them,
because I remember like back in the day, how this stuff used to get animated. Is like it would have like some weird shape as like the stem of the tree, and then each branch may have like a geometrical like thing sticking out of it. but then all the leaves and stuff would just be like a 2D thing that always just pointed towards you, whichever way the character looked. I forgot what tech that was called, but that's like what I remember. And that was just for big trees. Like it would be even wonkier for plants. So for plants, it was there would be like a stem in the middle, and then maybe like some straight stems like off the side. But then there would be like a big 2D image that always faced the character, no matter which way. But you could kind of lift the curtain and see behind the veil. If like you stood like directly on top of it, then you could see like the little, it was like a plus sign of like a 2D thing, and it's like, oh, I see you.
Them, we developed nanite assemblies. These 28 little parts that you see are all that we use to build all the spruces from the forest. They are instanced thousands of times and used like building blocks to assemble trees in different ways.
Cool. I dig it.
And as you probably noticed with the wind effect, they even support skeletal animation, which runs on the GPU. Thanks to assembly, we greatly reduce the storage, the runtime memory, and the rendering cost.
Very cool. Now, can we knock some of these trees down and have like a unique little gameplay thing of like around a knocked tree or something like that? Or like if a tree falls, does it do like damage to like an enemy or myself? All right, that would be pretty cool if you could implement like trees that fall down into like gameplay or like gameplay loop.
Then, to display an entire forest, the challenge was to preserve fidelity and performance from any distance. Let's check up close the level of detail we're talking about here. Lots of details. But this triangle representation is not the most efficient when far away, due to the amount of overlapping. And that's why we made an adaptive voxel representation. But in reality, you'll never see those voxels this close, since when we move the camera back, they're barely a pixel. Nanite foliage is almost done. We are moving it to the main line as we speak, and it will be available for everyone in 5.7.
Cool.
Another thing I would like to share is that ray tracing and Lumen now run more than twice as fast, with no visual trade-off compared to when UE5 was released.
Oh my God! Is this like the point of we're coming out of the uncanny valley point with fire? So like, exit full screen, go back to paint. So the uncanny valley is this, where it's like, that's x-axis, y-axis, bang. And as time goes on, graphics get better and better. And at some point, they get, it's weird. It just goes down. But time is still going on and graphics get better and better. And eventually you come out of the uncanny valley and the graphics are getting more and more realistic. This is the uncanny valley part where the graphics are getting better, but you can still kind of tell with like your eyeball that it's like it's almost there in terms of like realisticness, but like in terms of like look at the fire. Let me like go back like a smidge.
Ray tracing
look at the fire.
And now run more than twice as fast with no visual trade-off compared to when UE5 was released.
Yes.
And because of that, we can now hit
like that's some good looking fire, dude. It's some good looking fire.
60 FPS on consoles. And finally, we rewrote the rendering pipeline to run asynchronously so you can increase the richness of your scenes even more. Now let's talk about chaos physics. For chaos cloth, we improve our cloth-to-cloth constraint solution. This removes a lot.
Well, you gotta have the cape physics. The cape physics, you gotta be looking good in combat with the cape. No exceptions, okay?
Of collision evaluation when garments are piling up and interacting with each other.
And don't clip. Some people are like get all bent out of shape when the cape clips through like their weapons and shit, or either the cape goes through the weapon goes through the cape or whatever. Some people get bent out of shape. It's like, oh my God, immersion is ruined or whatever. But me, I'm just like, I don't care. As long as if I do like a big horizontal or something, or big vertical or a jump, as long as the cape just goes, I'm happy with it.
Even for complex setup like Series Cape, we hit a sub-millisecond budget on PS5. With Chaos Flesh, we introduce procedural muscle activations to make deformation and motion more natural.
That's a jacked horse.
Your artist will still have control over tetrahedral simulation and train ML models that run fast in real time. We now support the baking of fluid surface data into...
The water is looking good. The water is looking like water, dude. It does look better.
Lightweight assets to be played back at low cost. This is going to give you
look at that rock.
water without the performance cost of real-time fluid simulation. For animation, we work on both performance and fidelity. Here, you can see how Siri and Kelpie match up in their interaction. Well, that works no matter the angle of approach. That's our modes character motion matching solution.
Didn't they kind of have this in like Assassin's Creed whenever you got on your horse, or Red Dead? You could kind of get on your horse in like different angles. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe this is like a little more elaborate.
We also added motion matching in Sequencer to build stitch tracks. With them, you can seamlessly transition from gameplay to cinematic.
Ooh.
Also, we now have a secondary layer of animation driven by physics in Control Rig. We used it in Kelpie's rig to drive the mane, the tail, and the saddlebacks.
I dig it.
And now, I'm happy to announce that all these features are already integrated into our new Unreal Animation framework, which we are releasing as experimental in 5.6. We built it with performance first in mind. Animation evaluation are now running in parallel off the game thread, which was our bottleneck. And for the other character systems that are just as costly, like movement, avoidance, state tree behaviors, we also move them to worker threads. This is really going to help you create scenes that are crowded and lively. Streaming has always been a big deal regarding performance. And the three biggest improvements we made are physics state creation, which now runs async, improve runtime PCG for ground scatter on GPU, and a new FastGeo plugin to stream static geometry. And just to take a different example, in City Sample, the streaming time was cut down by 90% while moving at high speed.
Okay.
We focus on a lot of areas for performance in 5.
So I don't know anything about what he's talking about. It's just like the stuff looks more real and it moves better. That's literally what my takeaway is from this, from being like a casual like gamer bro.
5.6. And mobile is no exception. We work on better defaults and scalability settings for mobile and minimize the default package size.
Oh wait, so are people making like mobile games with Unreal 5.6? I mean, that's gonna be like one good-looking mobile game.
We also improve our workflows with a UI refactor of the viewport toolbar and content browser, an on-device iteration workflow, and a mobile preview solution. So there you go. Unreal Engine 5.6 is all about performance, and it's available today.
Cool. Okay.
Please go enjoy the Tech Talks and session we have for you guys, and come chat with us. And now, please welcome Chris from the MetaHuman team. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So that was actually pretty cool. I mean, anytime they do like an Unreal Tech demo, the goal is to always have it look the best, and it's always improving. It's always getting a little bit better here and there, which is fine. I don't really have any complaints or critiques. I mean, because it's just like, this is better, that's better, which like I'm all for like having games look better. It's just like, how is the Unreal 5 game gonna look on my computer that is not like a high end computer? Is it gonna be optimized and run well? Um, I don't know. Let me think. Like overall, it everyone is feeling it. Everyone pretty much likes it. I would be concerned of like why there's about 1,000 plus people like down thumbing it. Um, my friend didn't make it to see this day. He was a big fan of this game. You may rest in peace, my friend. Okay, wind's howling. Actually, it was my GPU. Never mind. Yeah, it's gonna be something on your GPU, dude. No 4K option for this video is criminal. This is what must have felt like after watching Witcher 3 gameplay trailer decades ago. My PC just shouted, "Don't even think about it." Yeah. So this is the thing. Most like how how Steam has like that little year. I think I forgot if it's like a yearly survey or it's like a every 6 month survey of like what kind of hardware do you have on your computer for like your main account, your main gaming PC or whatever. And I think from what I've seen, most people still either have like a 2080 or like a 1080 graphics card, and you can like fill out other stuff like your how much like RAM you have, how much like how big is your hard drive, um what kind of processor do you have, and for the most part you don't even have to select anything. It's just, do you want to convey your hardware specs to Steam? And it's like most people usually engage in that because it's like Steam tries to show developers like, if you're going to make a game that's really good looking, this is the audience of everybody on Steam. Most people don't have like 4080, 4090s, or what's like the highest one right now, like the 50 series or whatever. Or is that not out yet? I don't know. I'm talking like from Nvidia standpoint. So it's like, yes, you want to give developers like a little more creative space for like a game to like look good or whatever, but this whole I don't know, like there's like main topics of conversation where one of the bullet points is like gameplay is king. Well, why is gameplay king? Well, part of the problem is probably because a lot of people don't just have like high-end PCs. Like it's very fucking expensive, not gonna lie. So there tend to emerge these like little conversational talking points of like gameplay is king, gameplay is king, which I like. I subscribe to that, but I also am kind of like pleasantly surprised if a game can look good too. Like but that's, and it's, I don't know, it's hard to talk about because like, I mean, anybody can look up like the Steam hardware specs of like, this was like last year's survey, this is where everyone's at. And I think over the course of time, I think maybe more and more people will like upgrade their computers and stuff like that. But if you're trying to make a game and plan for the future, and how long does it take to make like a, I don't know, like a AAA game or whatever, probably like on average what, like 5-ish years or something. You have to look at your audience, and what does your audience have? Well, most of your audience doesn't have like, isn't on the bleeding cusp of PCs. They just don't have them. I mean, it's the year 2025, and we're still watching brutally compressed, blurry 1080 YouTube videos, blah, 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 AAA, some things never change. IGN, what are you doing? Her cape wasn't clipping into her swords, right? This is what I'm talking about. The people are, some people get bent out of shape when the cape clips through the weapons, but I mean, me, I don't give a shit. As long as the cape is like flowy and doing its own, looking like it has a mind of its own, and it's like looking ethereal, I'm all for it. Witcher and Red Dead Redemption made a baby. Woohoo! Yep. But I mean, overall, people are like, the vibes I'm getting is like, people are cautious but optimistic about it. Is the vibes I'm getting. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen? Like the game itself, it looks. I mean, that was just like a little snippet of her just walking around and stuff like that. I don't think anyone's gonna complain that it looks good or it doesn't look good, but I want to see the gameplay. Well, some more gameplay. I think there are some like gameplay clips floating around on YouTube or whatever. But this was nice seeing this, and hopefully the game can come out with all this time it's been cooking in the oven. Hopefully, surely it will come out pretty optimized, bug free, right? Feature complete. You guys remember that saying? But yeah, that's okay. So that's pretty much it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.